Welcome to Sacred Wandering with Keira. My friend, this is a corner of the world where time stops, where the noise in our minds quiet, where we have soft hearts and we open our palms and we ask. This is a place where we receive. I invite you to join me as we wander through the sacred together. Welcome to Sacred Wandering. Good morning, my love. I invite you to take a nice deep breath in with me. And as you breathe out, letting your shoulders drop, your mind quiet, your cells become peace. We're going to invite all of our angels and all of our guides in and through the divine light to come and sit with us, to hold this space with us, to show us exactly what needs to come through today. We're going to ask that light may cleanse our ears so that we may hear the messages of God, that light may cleanse our third eyes, that we may have all of our spiritual gifts activated, that we may see visions, that we may hear divinity, that we may know truth. Let's ask that we may have love poured through our being, the love that has no condition, the love that has no boundaries, the love that is limitless, this divine love that loves you exactly as you are. We're going to invite that love to move through your being, breathing it in. And as you breathe out, allow it to just rest into your body. Like when you sit underneath the warm morning sun and you feel it soften the edges to your body, quiet your mind, and bring you into peace. This morning, instead of doing my blessing in the prayer corner of my closet, I brought my bowl of water, my prayer shawl, my book, and I sat on the grass of my backyard. And I prayed underneath that morning sun. And the warmth of it was so beautiful. And the quiet of the morning was so still. And there was such peace. And I wondered why I don't pray outside more often. There's something about praying in the elements that make the prayers even richer. I was going to read to you a prayer, but I actually think that I'm going to read to you what came to me as I sat upon the grass. As I sat upon the grass, this beautiful, oh my gosh, my backyard is just so green right now. The grass is so green. And it's the soft grass, not the prickly grass. Like it's soft to the touch. And it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. And as I sat on this grass, my prayer bowl tucked into the grass. Like it was so cute, actually. I have this beautiful little prayer bowl I picked up in Japan from a pottery. A man, this old man, he looked like he was 90. When I walked into his pottery store, he was at the back of this very disheveled room that had bowls of all sizes, cups of all sizes and colors and shapes and pitchers, and they were all stacked in very disorderly ways. Like I had just walked into his pantry. And he sat in the back with his potter wheel, making more. There was something so intimate about this moment when I walked in there. It was like I was sitting in the midst of all of his creations. And I knew this will be my prayer bowl. Like I will bring a bowl home from this corner of Japan, Kyoto, Japan. in this man's broom closet of treasures that he had made from the very hands that were his. It was so sacred. And so today I placed this beautiful, imperfect baby blue prayer bowl into the blades of my grass. And I sat there with the sun pouring down upon me. I looked at this backyard. And I remembered it was only 4 months ago that we moved to this house. And only 3 months ago did they lay the sod for this backyard. And it was so disheveled. And you could see the lines between every square of sod. And here it is. So absolutely perfect. You would never know that it wasn't always this way. And as I sat there and I thanked God, thank you, God, for this beautiful grass that I did not have to plant. Thank you, God, for this beautiful grass that I do not have to mow. And then all of a sudden I felt it. Thank you, God, for this beautiful home that I didn't have to build. And then I thought, thank you, God, for these comfortable clothes, the softest sweatshirt, the softest shorts that I didn't have to sew. And then I thought about the blackberries that I had for breakfast. And I thought, thank you, God, for the food that I eat that I didn't have to grow. And it was in this moment that I realized how taken care of I am and how often I live as though I am on this path just trucking alone, even though I meet with God 3 times a day. And even though I know that's not true, there's a pattern in my body that tells me I'm alone. There's a pattern in my body that tells me I have to make it happen. And there was a blessing that came in, and I felt it through my body of why can't everywhere feel like this? Why can't I trust that God can take care of anything? And it's a paradox because we can't sit around and do nothing. We must meet God in our actions, but it's more of the feeling. Can we take actions with the feeling that God has us? Can we take actions so God can multiply our actions? And then we watch as we feel taken care of. The miracles pour down with more ease. There's never a day that I wake up and wonder if my house will still be standing. I just know that it is. There's never a day that I go without food. I just know that there's food. There's never a day that I have to walk around naked. There's always clothes. Can we take that same certainty and put it everywhere in our life? With finances, with love, relationships, peace, stability, sturdiness. So today I'm going to invite you to pick up whatever has felt shaky, whatever has felt like you are trying with every ounce of your body to make it work, to make it happen. And you're going to put it into God. You're going to let it release off of your body. And let yourself have the relief and the knowing that it is already done and that it will always be done when we match the frequency of the thing we desire. And then when we ask God, what do you need me to do? We hear it and we do it. So we're going to breathe in and out. We're going to ask that God will touch our cells, that they may match. They may match the frequency of what we desire, that they may match the frequency of the miracle that we are asking for, that we may match the frequency of the version that we have been called to be. We're going to breathe in and out. And I'm going to ask that God will come, place his hands on your head to give you a blessing. that you may hear the words that are for you today. And I will be quiet while you pray. Take a nice deep breath in, allowing the words that came to you to fill your being with peace. We're going to open our palms to the heaven. We're going to ask God, what is the number one action you need me to do today? We're going to call on our angels and guides that they will help us do this action, that they will show up and that they will participate with us. And I'm going to bless you from the love of my heart that today you will feel peace, that you will remember how very taken care of you are, that it's all going to work. And I want to thank you for wandering into the sacred with me. And I will see you tomorrow morning in our prayer corner. Thank you, my love, for wandering into the sacred with me today. It is always an honor to hold this space for thousands of us to gather daily in sacred devotion. If you feel called to deepen this practice and join me live, I invite you to be a part of the Sacred Wandering Circle, a private, intimate space where we share our daily blessings in a Facebook group and gather once a month for a live 1-hour session. We come together to bless the body, to pray, and to receive. There is so much power when we unite with others who hold the sacred sacred. If your heart is nudging you, you can find the link in the show notes. And remember, you don't need anyone to help you hear God. You are the conduit. God speaks directly to you. And your prayer corner, it lives within you always.